Hey, welcome to video number 5 of creating a website using HTML and CSS. Now, if you've been following the video so far, the last thing we did was the wrapper. So our website, if we run it, should look like this. So we've got our separate divs there, we've got a background, and we've also got our title and logo there at the top. So this is the stage you should be at the moment. If you're not, I suggest you go back and look at the previous videos, and then once you've completed that, then continue from here. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is a header tag. In previous videos, I haven't shown you what the final website is going to look like, so I'm going to show you. So this is what we're aiming to create by the end of these tutorials. So currently, we've got the separate layers. So as you can see, these are separate divs that we created. The top one, now there's the navigation one, banner, section 1, the gallery, and the footer. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work on this head section. So I've got two logos on either side. I've got a title in the middle, so let's work on that. So we're going to come in here to the top section, and the images, we're going to put the two images in. So we're going to go to IMG, SRC, and press enter. Now let's look for the image. The image is HTML5, this one here. We're going to close that off. So now we want that twice in there, so we're going to copy that, paste it directly underneath, save that. So now if we refresh that page, okay, we should get two logos right at the top that look like that. Now we don't want them both there, we don't want them this size. If you look at the other website, they're slightly smaller and they're located either side. So currently they're both on the left hand side. We want to move one to this side and keep one on the left side, one on the right side. Okay, so what we're going to do is to do that. Okay, images, we're not going to do anything to the images, but we're going to go to our style sheet. So now you can either click here to go to a style sheet, or you can click on the styles.css source code. Now underneath the top, okay, so directly underneath the top, what we're going to do is we're going to create two new classes. Now to create new classes, remember you need to put a dot. We're going to call this logo left, open and close that. And we're going to call one logo right. So obviously logo right will have a logo going towards the right, and logo left will have it going to the left. Okay, so now we're going to get inside it. We're going to first property we're going to do is firstly we're going to reduce the size of the images. So we're going to do width equals 100 pixels. Okay, remember colon 100 pixels, and then height same 100 pixels. Now if we save that, if we check that out now, oops. Oh, sorry, it's not going to work because what we need to do is apply that class to that image. So go to copy, go to our source code. So image left, it doesn't matter which one you do it. We're going to do class equals logo left. Save that, and now hopefully, if I've done this right, there you go, it's reduced. So we'll do the exact same thing for the other one. So rather than typing this up again, we can just copy and paste the width and the height, paste it into there. Okay, refresh that. Oops, once again, I've done it again. I haven't added the class. Remember the classes, yeah? Class equals logo right. Okay, now I've added that class. Those now logos have changed in size. Now what I want to do is float one of them to the left and one of them to the right. So for that, I'm going to go back to my style sheet. For logo left, I'm going to type in float left. And for logo right, I'm going to do float right. And if I save that, okay, as you can see, one's gone to the left, one's gone to the right. Now, currently, what's happened now, because one's floating to the left, our top banner is gone. So what we need to do is increase the height here. So we need to go to our top style, go to height, and increase that to maybe 140 pixels. Okay, you can adjust that to anything you want. It doesn't have to be 146. If you want it bigger, you can make it bigger. Okay, let's refresh that. Okay, 146. Currently, I think, sorry, 140 is too big. Like I said, you can adjust it accordingly to your preference. Okay, that's fine. Okay, still, what you notice or what you can see now, currently, this logo is stuck onto the left hand side, so it's actually attached to the edge of the banner. Same with the right one and same with the top part. So what we want to do is move that up a bit, move that down slightly a little. Now the way we move that down is using the padding. Okay, the padding property. So if we go to padding, and currently if we do 30 pixel, not 30, that's a bit too much, let's do 10 pixels. Okay, we'll do that to both of them. Remember, whatever you do to one, you do to both because they're going to have similar properties. If you refresh that, now if you notice that logo has slightly moved into, or moved more in towards the center of the top div rather than stuck on the edge. Okay, so that's the two logos. Okay, so that's moved in 10 pixels, excellent. So now we've got the logos on either side. Now, last thing, if we look back at our CSS website, okay, we need the title. So for the title, what we're going to do is underneath that, just going to use a head tag. As you know, head tags are used for headers. So H1, and then we're going to call this HTML and CSS website. Okay, I need to close that H tag off. Okay, save. Okay, that text is now there. Now, something interesting that's come, or you may have noticed. Okay, as you can see at the top, this gap has now appeared. Now, the reason for that gap appearing is, as you know, by default, all HTML tags have their custom property. Now, the reason for this has appeared is this H tag above has a margin on the outside. Now, and because it's got a margin on the outside, now everything in this top banner has shifted down. So the margin obviously covers this region here, and that's why there's that gap above. So what we need to do is customize this H tag. We can do it by going to our style sheet, type in H1. Remember, we don't need to put a dot in front of it because it's already a property within CSS. So H tag, actually H tag, and then we're going to do margin 0 pixels. I'm going to close that off. And hopefully that should be removed. There you go. That's now removed. Okay, so what we're also going to do is change the font for that. So what font can we have with that? Let's do the blue. Okay, color equals blue. Color, remember, no U in color. Okay, color is going to blue, and we want to put it in the center. So what we can do simply to put in the center is add a center tag and close that off at the end. Okay, now if we check that out, notice it's the center. Now we also want to move this into the middle. So it's not as hard as it looks. All you have to do is go in between the image and the text and type in BR. Well, BR is a break. So what it does is leaves a gap, unformatted line in between wherever you put a break rather than a paragraph. With a paragraph, it will add a margin, it will add some padding, it will add some formatting, but you don't want to format it. So all you do is put a break in there, and now text will move down. Okay, if it doesn't move down fully, you can just add another one. BR. Okay. Okay, so now that is in the center. So that's a header tag, and that's how you create a header tag for a HTML document.